Hey everybody, it's Torentsu here. Today we're playing Tai Fu, Wrath of the Tiger on PlayStation 1. This was a request by, oh good, this name escapes me. I know his real name, but I don't know, I don't remember right offhand what his YouTube username is. I'm not going to reveal his real name without his permission, of course, so I'll put an annotation and a link to this person's channel below. But he sent me an email request to play this game, so I thought, why not try it out? I've actually heard of this, and I think there might have been more than one of them, but I never played it. I just know it's kind of a beat-em-up game. You're the tiger guy there in the background. I also didn't realize this is somehow related to DreamWorks, or one of those Hollywood like animation companies did this, because there's what I'm almost 100% certain would be some copyrighted intro jingles when the copyright screens and things are coming up. So I'm just going to start right here at the title screen, because that's less editing I have to do and less chance of a copyright strike. I'm hoping that the music in this isn't copyrighted, because it is. It does appear to be one of those CD-based PlayStation games where like all the music tracks are tracks that you can put in the CD player and listen to. If that's the case, I may have to re-record the video and just take the like turn the music off or something. But anyway, I've never played this before. I don't know if I'll play the entire game, if we'll do multiple videos, or if we'll just be a one-off. But I did receive a request to try this game and play it and see what I thought of it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't know if it's the fact that I run the game on the emulator, but it does seem to avoid dragging the PlayStation and all that out. It does seem like the load times are kind of long.
Find him and see that not a scrap of fur remains.
Don't be so hasty. He'd make one heck of a nice rug.
Stop! This temple is sacred.
So is this like a prequel to Kung Fu Panda or something?
At your will? Moping? I was told a tiger had been raised amongst your pointless order of cowards.
It's got that weird PlayStation 1 animation quality going on where people they can't sit still because it shows how weird looking the polygons are.
I've been misinformed. You are less than nothing.
Well, that's not very nice.
Pathetic. That ends that. Finish up, guards.
With pleasure.
Tai, you must go.
But what brought them here? Why should I be any more important than anyone else?
I've heard that voice actor before.
Fish. Yesterday they were plentiful and prosperous. And
Okay,
today,
Ty's head, what is going on with his body there? The proportions are kind of wacky. His head looks like a cobra or something.
And greatly alter one's prosperity.
Look what time spent caring for me has brought you and the temple.
All necessary sacrifices.
The voice acting is actually not that bad. It just sounds kind of funny amongst the quality of the polygons and animation here.
The temple ruins at the edge of the bamboo forest on top of the great hill. It is only there you will begin to find the answers you seek.
All right, Brother Ping. I will do as you said.
Good luck, Tai. And keep mind of your Kung Fu skills and training.
Which, let's hope there's a convenient tutorial to show me what that is. Alright, first off, I can't access the options. I was going to turn the volume down just a little because it's kind of hard to hear myself talk. Alright. Looks like we got our jump. We got, looks like an attack here. A block. Not sure what that's doing.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
That's like some sort of charge or something. Oh, the music's catchy. I like that anyway. So I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know nothing about this game, so I assume Just by what I'm being shown here, this is going to be more of a level by level type game rather than like a Banjo-Kazooie hub world type thing.
Press square to strike.
Ah, there we go. Tutorials.
X to leap. Press R1 to crouch. Press triangle to block. Press circle to grab your enemy. Press circle again to throw your enemy.
My enemy, this basket.
Unleash a furious combo. Attack your opponents by pressing square 3 times, followed by a triangle.
What was that?
Bring it on!
Okay, so it is a level by level then. Okay. You don't see the level by level game that much anymore. Usually nowadays it's all about hub worlds or missions or sequences. Just don't see the old fashioned, you know, point A to point B, save in between, you know, go forward, maybe not type games. From what I've seen so far, this looks to be a pleasant game. You know, I have high standards. I'm really picky about stuff, but this doesn't seem too bad. What did I... Oh, I see. You press circle to switch cards. That's okay. There we go. Ah, they're doing the Donkey Kong Country thing. I think I saw where there's some more of these games on like the GameCube or something. I bet those graphically would be a lot better. They seem to be introducing me to it, the core gameplay pretty slowly here. I would have liked to have seen some punching on that first level, maybe some enemies. Because now I feel like I'm going into it blind. I do like the health bar up there for the standard enemies. That's always nice to have, to kind of know where you stand in combat. Level seems to be opening up a little. Okay, I don't know what this glowing is. I will say Ty's model is kind of... Oh no. Great. Nope! and then it has the nerve to tell me not to jump off the cliff. I think it would have been great to tell me that before I decided to go exploring down there. The background music's got some kind of like weird 90s Enigma vibe going on. I actually kind of like it. Now see, I think this is actually good game design here because the snake is asleep. And you step on this and he wakes up. The other one didn't wake up. So that kind of teaches the player, I think, that there's going to be enemies that are asleep and you can stealth by them. I still wish it would tell me what that thing does. Combat's pretty nice. Checkpoint. Ow. So is the thing at the top my health, or what is that? See, I'm wondering if the jade is like, you're gonna be able to trade it for something later. And I'm also not sure about the claw counter down there at the bottom, what it's supposed to be. Somebody's probably judging me in the comments right now, just kind of beating up enemies without any semblance of strategy. Other than the goofy models, the backgrounds are pretty nice. Suddenly it's become Mortal Kombat. Another one of those things, I have no idea what it does. I wonder, can I just leave enemies? Nope. Okay, so that's definitely my health up there. My character model's great! I hope that the combat branches out a little bit more. I do find if you've only got the 1 3-hit combo, that seems kind of like that'd get kind of old, but I mean, if that's what you got, that's what you got. Ow. Okay, so that's a little bit confusing. You have this... And I'm just plowing through. You have this yin-yang symbol up here in your health. I'm not sure if that moves over as like you get more max health, or if that's like chi. I think on the right is actually your health. I'm not sure what the blue portion's supposed to be. Oh, he got me with the mix-up there. The combos definitely have that kind of fighting game feel to them, because you have to time the 4th optional hit. You can't just like smash and expect it to go through. This game has option selects, huh? And apparently I have wake-up attacks too. That ended kind of abruptly. I saw that hill up there like I was supposed to go up it, but it's just the end. Bamboo Hill. Use an attack to jump or bounce further. So is that like... I have a feeling there's some jumping puzzles in my future. I can't decide if the game wants me to fight the snakes or avoid them, because they keep putting them in these bamboo patches or grass patches that I can avoid to keep them asleep. But given that the game is definitely more combat oriented, it looks like you should want to fight them, but I can't see that there's any experience points or anything. Now here's some more good game design. So thus far we fought nothing but snakes, but now they introduce this enemy here, which you need to block and then attack, so that kind of adds to your repertoire of things you need to look out for. So I like that design decision on the developer's part. They give you that one up there to kind of experiment with, and then they put you in one of these Fight 3 to Advance sections. And it looks like he also blocks, so I need to probably not punch his block if I had to guess. I'm surprised at the amount of violence in this game. I mean, it's nothing gratuitous, but you've got some actual blood splatter and you got people crying out in pain. It's kind of a... Given that this was made by like DreamWorks or whoever it was. Yeah, go check out the loading screens to this game. It's like the thing where like the kid is sitting on the moon or whatever with the fishing rod, and it goes doo 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 doo. It's that whole thing, which probably explains why the production quality is so high. Yeah, I think this game's definitely worth playing. Probably do another level or so and call it for this video. I don't know if I'll return to this or not, but it's definitely not bad. Not at all. I wish I could give a little more insightful commentary as far as game mechanics and those types of things, but okay, I seem to have gone invisible for a bit there, but like I said, this is literally the first time I've ever played this. Hopefully future videos about this would be a little bit more in-depth as I figured things out, but I really do appreciate, once again, shout outs to the guy that recommended this, and I'll put his name in the annotations and below. I'm always looking for new things to play, good or bad. You know, this is a good game, so I do appreciate this because it's different than having to play something like Doug's Big Game. Oh Lord. So I will definitely take good game suggestions to play. But also if you have bad games that you want me to tear apart or make fun of, I love those too. Some part of me likes bad games even more than good ones. But let me explain. I mean like bad games that are fun to play, if that makes sense. Stuff like Survival Arts. That's bad, but not so bad you can't have fun with it. Yeah, I really like the music in this game. It has like a 90s Enigma type vibe to it. If you've never listened to Enigma, go check out Sadness Part 1 and Return to Innocence and just a few of their other songs, and see if they don't remind you of kind of the music in this game. You know, after you finish watching this, you're going to head on over to the Enigma Vivo and check that crap out. I still don't know what those do. Those do. Those does. And see, I'm kind of confused here. I don't know if I'm getting some sort of experience or anything from beating enemies or not. Because given the game is like a beat-em-up type adventure game, I would think that it would want to reward the player for taking the time to fight more enemies. And if it is, they haven't really made that readily apparent to me, at least not yet. I do like that they had the foresight to realize that enemies are going to end up in weird places, so they need to make them respawn from time to time. Because I have noticed the game's collision and just the way it works, the enemies seem to have trouble sometimes on ledges. Can't decide whether they're going to fall off or not. So it's good that they had the foresight to make them respawn in a place where you could actually go to fight them, so you don't just end up in a situation where you're stuck because like you can't get an enemy to go where he needs to be for you to beat him. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to complete a level because, you know, it's something that went wrong or something was poorly programmed. It is perhaps slightly worrying to me that I've been playing the game about 10-15 minutes and I've already completed 15% of it. Hopefully Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is not pulling the Order 18 who gives a frick on us. Avoid the club and strike when Crusher is vulnerable. So is this a boss level? I guess we'll find out. Yep, looking like a boss level. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Dang it, I'm supposed to be able to strafe in circles and avoid all of his attacks. I don't understand how you're supposed to avoid some of this stuff. Like it just tracks you. How are you supposed to avoid that?
Bring it on! Bring it on!
It's this. It's like a. Am I supposed to duck it?
I will crush you.
I bet you will. Oh, you are supposed to duck it. Okay. I'm not sure at what point it considers him vulnerable, however. Another requester's probably watching this and cringing because I can't jump kick in to combo the Crusher. Okay. Crusher's kind of a dumb name because I think I like the Rock Crusher from Castlevania 64 when I hear Crusher. But okay, I'm supposed to duck his attacks and jump in. Well, it's kind of like you jump in and hit him, but he just kind of gets you, so I'm not sure. I guess the whole definition of insanity thing, I should try something different, but I'm much too stubborn for that. That's kind of dumb that you can't jump off of that unless you get right on this ramp.
I will crush now.
Maybe I can just stay away from it. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. I need to stay toward this wider area here. I don't necessarily know how I feel about the fact that enemies can hit you while you're on the ground. I mean, of course, it seems fair, like within the sense of a fight. But it just seems frustrating to the player. I mean, definitely in a fighting game you have that, but I don't know so much about this. Because, I mean, like, when you're fighting the CPU and you get stuck on the ground and you're getting hit, you know, like, if it's a fighting game, and the other player has knocked the other player down and he's hitting him while on the ground, usually he only gets 1 or 2 hits like that before something happens to return both players to a neutral position. So it's kind of like a fighting, you know, it's kind of like, okay, you get 1 because you managed to knock the other guy down. But when you do that in a single player game, all it's really doing is taking away your health, and if it's not doing that, it's just wasting your time. And it's just, the player is not in control while he's on the ground getting waylaid, so that's time the player's not playing. Most gamers are going to be more tolerant of this, but you know, if you're just picking the game up, you know, if you're a new gamer or you're not very good or you're just picking it up, and the enemy just mercilessly knocks you on the ground and hits you, A, it's taking control out of the player's hands, and B, you know, it's going to feel frustrating to maybe a not as talented player. I'm really frustrated by that poke attack he has. I don't understand how you're supposed to see that coming. I guess it's obvious if you played the game before. Yes, I know you will. I'm not sure if it's the third-party controller I'm using or if it's just how the camera angle on this stage is, but part of the problem I have is when I want to walk straight towards him and then jump up in the air to attack him where he's vulnerable. But as I start to move, the camera changes and sends me walking off in a different direction. Also, there's a little bit of tomfoolery going around as far as how he's taking damage. There's some times where it feels like you're damaging him, but really I think he's not being hurt. Definitely tell it's an older game because they went the lives and continue route. But we're gonna get this. We're gonna power through this.
I will crush you.
The voice acting's pretty decent, if not goofy. And I'm not really sure when he's taking damage and he's just saying ow. Yeah, maybe I'm just an idiot, but this boss here's really borderline frustration.
Bring it on.
And what does this do?
Bring it on.
I will crush you.
And I thought it was supposed to be 3 punches and then triangle for the combo, but it seems to either I've unlocked a new level or and I've been killed by the ground attack. I just stand by it. I still think that's a bad design choice. Just allow the player to be hit on the ground. Especially in like a first area boss like this. You know, if you're going to do that, save it for the later boss, because see, that makes him look more intimidating. If all the enemies in the game can just hit you while you're down, getting knocked down just becomes a point of annoyance for the player. We've gotten him down pretty low, but then he starts doing crap like that. This camera angle in the pit isn't helping. Oh my... Alright, we may not get this, because this is quite annoying.
I will crush you.
I mean, am I getting too greedy with the combo? Is that it? Should I just... If I was a kid, this would be one of those like game-ending bosses where like you just assume that you can never beat it, so you never play it past a certain point. And I don't understand why it keeps flashing that triangle up there and giving me the Is it trying to tell me I need to block? Is it telling me that it's time to execute the level 4 hit of the combo? What is it trying to tell me? This is... I'm gonna have to say this is a bad boss. Bad first boss. The comments are probably just piling up down there.
I will crush you.
And it's bullcrap because he always gets you. Like I can jump in and hit him like it tells me to, but he's just gonna swat me with a stick when he recovers. You know, he doesn't get stunned, and he's got that like insta hit poke there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I wish it would load some better fight mechanics for this first boss. What is this? Some kind of little... I mean, do I have more techniques I don't know about?
I will crush you.
Yeah, it just swats you out of the air. Yeah, every time you try to do something, you just get whacked. Not to mention the camera's all bad. Controls don't halfway work. Yeah, this game should have stuck to its strengths.
I will crush you.
Maybe the key is just to stay back. I don't know. The problem is I don't really have an indication of like, okay, you've hit as much as you can, now it's time to back away. Alright, maybe we have it this time. Finally, okay. I'm pretty sure I made that harder than it should have been, but I don't know, I'm a little unsure about the physics behind that encounter. Oh, a mantis.
Most impressive, young tiger. The Crusher Python was a formidable opponent,
But your skills, though rough, serve you well.
Who are you?
You may call me Master.
His finger pointing was about 10, 15 frames behind where it should have been with him saying, "Who are you?"
Abandoned Tiger Temple ruins.
Fallen, but not abandoned. Long ago, a great battle was waged here during the last days of the siege. Blood of the
What are
noble
his
white
claws
tiger
doing?
clan stains these very stones.
And now they're all gone?
Long gone. But
The voice acting sounds like it's something out of a Disney film, which is
each of us has
good,
been
but it almost feels out of place when you combine it with PlayStation 1 graphics, and I don't know if I would have felt that way seeing this back when this was cutting edge, or if it's just
Nasty move.
a product of what I'm used to.
The blue bar I've added to the top of your screen will grow as your chi does. Summon your energy, make it yours. Concentrate, focus. Now press L1 to fire.
Cool.
Well done, but there is much more to learn. Listen carefully. You will head into the jungle and meet with your cousins, the Leopard Clan. Inside their fortress, you will earn an audience with their master. He will instruct you in the feline ways of your kind.
Leopard Clan, huh? Well, they'll never guess you.
As long as it's not the LSU Tigers. Hotty toddy. Anyway, I think that'll about do it for today's episode. Overall, like I said, very first time playing this, first impressions. Seems like a good little game. I'm sure it goes on for much longer. Like I said, I hope it doesn't turn into the Order and just ends prematurely. But yeah, it's not bad. Could probably use some work on the camera and control, but I think otherwise it's a pretty decent game. I don't know if we'll return to it or not. Just depends. But like I said, this was fulfilling a request. If you have a request of a game you'd like to see me play and fail miserably at and get frustrated at, send a comment or an email. You can find that on my channel if you want to send an email. Like I said, I'll put a link to Twitter as well. You can request on there. Or as well as comments and those types of things, obviously. But anyway, this has been Tai Fu, Wrath of the Tiger. This is Torentsu signing off.